Hello and welcome back to another Pricey HD video. Today we have got another potential team squad builder for the 2014-15 season. I just want to note before we get started, I've made a few changes to the way this series, if you like, it's not really a series, just a collection of few videos will work. Basically the ratings now, I have changed the ratings to a rough prediction of their FIFA 15 ratings, and I also want to please say that is only put into action on the possible transferred players. So players like Rooney in this context will not be changed, only the transferred players. And I also want to note that I will be playing a game and spending less time on the team itself, and the actual team itself isn't confirmed or anything like that. It's just a possible team. So let's get started. I just think De Gea should stay in goal. I think he's been Man United's #1 keeper for a few years now. I don't think they really need to replace him. Although Valdez is a man who is on their list. Whether he will become first team when moving to Old Trafford, if he does, then I'm not sure. But I haven't put him in this case. And the back four is all new. Every single one of this back four is a new player. Now, I'm not saying Van Gaal has to be captain. No, that's just because Vidic was there. But let's start with the Janmaat then. So basically, you'll see a bit of a pattern in this. There's a lot of Netherlands players, and that is probably, of course, Louis Van Gaal's movement to Man United. He's taking a lot of players from the Eredivisie, however you pronounce the Netherlands league. He is taking a few of them players from either his former club or the Netherlands national team and bringing them to Man United. I think that's the whole idea. It's going to become a very Netherlands cool squad. It's going to be quite unusual actually, but I think Janmaat is a possible transfer, but they have been told they either need to act now or shut up about him. That's what Feyenoord, I believe his current club is, have told them. De Vrij as well, he's another quality centre-back. I'm going to give him a rough average of 78. Of course, this isn't a full in-depth prediction, but I think I'm just going to give him a rough average of 78. I think he's got a possible movement to Man United. Van Malen is a very, very highly linked with Man United. It's an unusual one, isn't it, let's be honest. But I think he will be moving away from Arsenal for definite this year. And of course, the already confirmed one, £25 million player Luke Shaw, with a possible rise to 31 million if he performs well, it said on the BBC Sport website. That's a bit of an unusual clause, isn't it? But Luke Shaw has moved to Man United. It is all confirmed. I think if any move was going to be better for him, it was definitely this one, because he will play first team now. I'd put my money on it. He will play over Evra. And I think he's a very exciting prospect, let's be honest. I cannot wait to see him playing for Man United. It's a shame that that Liverpool's team has deteriorated. Southampton's team has deteriorated because of how well they perform. But, you know, it's life. Arturo Vidal is not heavily linked, but he's a possibility. He has been on Man United's lips for a long, long time, and he could possibly be moving to Old Trafford this summer. Ander Herrera is already confirmed. He's going to Old Trafford. I've given him around an 82 rating. He could even hit 83. Maybe he might be only 81. Who knows? We'll find out. But I think he's confirmed. He was almost in a double buying at a similar time to Shaw, and that's a great signing for them. I think Latta should be stick with in right mid, Welbeck in left mid, Rooney in cam, and Van Persie up top. Of course, you could put Herrera in cam. He is more of a cam, but you know, for reasons of this, I'm going to keep Rooney there because he is a better cam than Herrera according to this game. With the next year, he'll be down to an 86, 85, who knows? But this isn't about Rooney. On the bench, we've got Blind, or Blind, Lind, or whatever you want to call him. I've heard very many different names. I believe he's playing left back for Netherlands. Yeah, he is playing left back for Netherlands. Probably because of their lack of left backs. I mean, they've got Willems, but he is still very young. So is Blind, I suppose. But he is definitely a possibility to go to Manchester United. He is highly, highly ranked. Decent World Cup so far. He's performed quite well. And, of course, being a Netherlands player, he could fill in either in CDM if they don't get Vidal, or in left back, interchanging with Shaw. But I presume that maybe they'll go CDM because now they've got Herrera, they need another CDM, I think. Blind would be a perfect option. Now, if you've got any suggestions, please comment down below. I want to know your suggestions, your players who you think will be moving to Man United this season. If there's any players I've missed out, I mean, I can't get every player in this squad, so if there's any players I've missed out, make sure you tell me down below. And if there's any teams that you want me to do, make sure you tell me that as well. Right, so now I'm going to be giving you short highlights, not extended highlights, just short highlights of this game against Manchester City. See how Man United play under my helm. Now, I've never liked Man United in this game. I've always liked playing against them. I remember beating Man United 6-1 many times as Manchester City. But let's just see how their new signings fit in and see whether this team would work in FIFA. Oh, what a pass! What a pass from Herrera! Was that Herrera? Oh my word! I mean, I know I put pretty much every one of his stats up just to make him an 82, but what is his passing? If he's that good at passing in real life, then wow. And I did also just want to say, if there's any players that I've overranked, underranked, I don't really follow the Eredivisie League, the Netherlands League, so you know, I can't do much about that. So far, I've got a pretty good impression of this team. Playing decently. I can imagine if they were to build this team in real life, maybe with the exceptions of Vidal, maybe with the exception of one or two defensive players, because really they can't change their whole defence, because that would just be a pretty drastic change. I suppose they could, but it would have to be a slower change than that, I suppose. But with the exception of Vidal, maybe, I think they'll be a force to be reckoned with in FIFA as well. Probably a good career mode team. A lot of youth in here right now. But they are definitely not, on FIFA, one of the mighty teams that they used to be. A lot of 77s, which have potential to be 80 plus, is easy. But still a lot of 75 to 77s in here, with the exception of Wayne Rooney, Robin Van Persie, and Mata. See, sure gets a good tackle in. That's what I like to see. Okay, a great ball over from Welbeck. Some old United. Oh, old United talents. Well, they're old. 2 seasons worth. Robin Van Persie. He scores for us. We've gone 1-0 up against Manchester City. Whether this can happen in real life for them next year, well, we'll find out, won't we? They really saw as the lesser opposition, but Demichele's really messing up there against Robin Van Persie. Cannot allow a striker of that quality to go through. 1-0. Okay, so not much since. I haven't really unleashed much since the last goal. Okay, so really what I've learnt from this team so far is that Van Persie is still the lethal weapon, and they need him to perform well next season. He is the tactician. Well, not really the tactician, but he will do things for Man United if they can get him to perform and get on form. Like, well, in the form that he's been at the World Cup, I think he's been superb really at the World Cup. Hasn't scored as many as, you know, the likes of Muller so far, but still a great player. But that is going to wrap up this video. I'm only going to play till half time. We won 1-0 against City. It was a tight game, very few chances, but it was very well held out. Our defence seemed good. Obviously, you didn't see much of that because the highlights don't really show many defensive tackles. I really should learn to do that more often. But I do thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button. Like I said, suggest your teams right now down in the comment section, and I will see you next time.